excuse that political parties have had over the years, in order to field people with questionable backgrounds. And the Supreme Court's decision on disqualifying MPs who are convicted, is that going to be a deterrent?
The fact is that there are two discourses in this country. A discourse 2.5 miles of Raisina Hill and a discourse which takes place in the rest of the country. And the fact is that in the rest of the country, and especially parts of the world where we come from, political vendetta is a reality that we see on a daily basis. So therefore, if you are going to make criminality, and well, you'll have to define degrees of criminality, a condition precedent that a person will not be able to contest, even if he is not convicted, then I'm afraid that in my constituency, out of the 200 sarpanches that I have, of the 388 villages, I will not be able to field a single person the next time. Because political vendetta is a reality that we live with. So therefore, while you go ahead, and I support that there should be no criminals fielded, you'll also have to tackle the question of political vendetta concurrently, because that's a reality which you cannot run away from. Number two, on RTI, I think the very simple solution to RTI is that the Chief Information Commissioner defined political parties as a public authority. Our view is that a political party is not a public authority because that was not the intent of Parliament. But yes, if you do want to bring political parties within the ambit of the right to information, let's be up and square about it. Let's amend the Right to Information Act and say that political parties are a public authority, or political parties should be included within the ambit of that. We have no difficulty.
Your government was going to do the opposite.
In fact, if you go back to the first press conference which the finance minister and I had when this verdict came out, we said that the public authority as it stands defined, and even if you were to go back to the Lok Sabha or the Parliament debates on it, did not include political parties. You want to include them, we have no difficulty, but let's do it up and square.
Mr. Prashant Bhushan, the issue of political vendetta, criminal candidates, and RTI. Yeah.
It's not really a question of RTI. Let's be clear. The question and the issue is, are political parties in this country willing to make every single paisa that they receive public or not? We have from day one taken the position that it is the duty and responsibility of every political party to reveal every single paisa of the funding that they receive. We have put out every single paisa of our funding on a public website from day one. Now, why are these political parties, the big ones, who have thousands of crores, who have received thousands of crores like the Congress and the BJP, and thousands of crores from unknown sources, which they don't reveal, which is possibly all black money, corrupt money, etc. Nothing is revealed as to who has given that money. Why are they not willing to put it up on their website? And that shows you why they have this arrogance that no honest party standing on transparency, not using black money for their elections, not using criminals in their elections, having a transparent process of selecting candidates, etc., cannot win and cannot contest and win against them, because they feel that elections in this country, this was their arrogance when they kept taunting us that, look, who are you? Every opinion poll was showing that 80% people in this country want the Jan Lokpal bill. Yet every time the taunt thrown at us was, who are you? We are the elected representatives. If you have the courage, you come and defeat us in elections, because they had this arrogance that no honest party who does not use black money and thousands of crores of black money that they use can win and can contest and win elections against them. And that arrogance has been broken today by the Aam Aadmi of this country, and that's the radical transformation that has been made in this country, which has aroused enormous hope, enormous belief that yes, things can be changed in this country. We are not condemned to a situation of having to choose between the Congress and the BJP, something new can emerge in this country. This is what has
Piyush
happened.
Goyal, that is a very valid point, because the fact is, as Mr. Ranade also mentioned, that about 75 to 80% of where you're all getting your money from, the mainstream Congress and BJP parties, nobody knows where that money is coming from.
It's very good to be rhetorical, but I don't collect the thousands of crores. But I'll be very delighted if Prashantji is going to help me. We have an election coming
Well,
up.
they
if
have.
we can get the
They
thousands
have.
of crores.
In fact,
But the-
the petition in the High Court shows that they have over 1,000 crores, which has been collected, out of which 80% is unknown, and a lot of it has also been collected from foreign companies who have been given contracts, etc., in their states where they rule, or in the central government,
He
both
could-
by the
Many of these
Congress as
figures
well
have
as
come
by
from
the
the
BJP.
he could be almost liable for.
No, these are figures that the Association for
statements which is
Democratic
making,
Reforms and
but,
other groups have come up with as
Fact
well.
of life is, we are a cadre-based party all across the country. We are not confined to a set of people in a small area or a set of people only who are donating. We have people all across the country. I have 700,000 units of the party all across the country, and every rupee that is collected is escalated through an audit process right up to the top. So we have an audit at the district level, we have an audit at the state level. Those accounts come to Delhi, they get consolidated. Audited accounts are submitted to the Election Commission. They are submitted to the Income Tax Department every year. So we have a completely transparent mechanism of audit and submitting
Why
accounts.
don't you reveal it to the people?
Where did Gopinath Munde's 8 crores for his election come from?
Well, that was a comment you make when you are in the public domain, you're speaking. He handles the whole of the state of Maharashtra. And Maharashtra, not only 8, we spend
For
more
his
than
own
that.
election, he said that. He had
No,
to
he
spend
didn't
that much
say in
money.
his own election. He was in charge of Maharashtra. He's my
he said
leader of
it was
Maharashtra.
for his constituency. That's
Never
what he said.
that,
Yes, he
madam.
did.
I think the election commission has also accepted he never said that.
No, he
So you may choose to put words in his mouth, but that's your choice.
Not really. This is what he
But
said.
the fact of life is, our party being cadre driven, we collect from all across the country. The law of the land is that any donation below 20,000, you can't sit and collect name, address of thousands and lakhs of people. For example, I have to fight 540 seats, not a small set of seats in one state. So when I'm collecting nationally, to collect that level of fund is very difficult to keep account of each one. But should the law be amended, I'm absolutely delighted to make sure that every person who donates, it'll mean I'll have to tell all my people, now start taking names and addresses. I'll be delighted to do that. My accounts are under
Is it so
RTI.
hard to take names
My
and
accounts are available under RTI, by the way. You can just go, no, you're mistaken.
The audience is reacting to it, but ma'am,
You
you
can't-
had a question. 1 second, Piyush.
No, we have kept every account. I just told you, we audit every rupee.
Ma'am, 1 second.
Outrageous, sir, your comment. You have just said in front of us that when we collect money, we find it difficult to keep an account.
You didn't
What
understand,
kind
madam.
of
I'm
election
sorry.
are you going for?
I'm sorry. I
I'm
said
sorry.
we keep an account of every rupee.
Yes.
But the name,
Keep an
address
account
of
of
every.
every rupee that comes to you, every
But by the
person,
way, I just said
and
that.
the address. You
I
can
just-
do it, sir. You
I said
must. If you cannot do it, please don't stand for the election.
Okay, yes,
I
ma'am.
think I
Yes,
just
ma'am.
said that we account for every rupee. It is audited, but the name and address of people who donate below 20,000 is on coupons. If the law is amended, we'll be happy to keep that on.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
recent Companies Act is supposed to bring transparency and governance in the corporate world. Can corporates ever be 100% honest with corruption all around them and demands made on them every single day? So this was a chance for the parties to be more transparent and governance driven. And why wouldn't, if Piyush, what you say is right and your accounts are so correct, what are you worrying about RTI?
We have no problem about RTI.
Then-
If the law is amended, as he rightly said, our party has not opposed RTI on political
you
party.
have. Yes,
I'm
you
sorry, we
have.
have not.
None of you
No, I have not
followed the
opposed it.
CIC's order. None of the main parties have followed the CIC's order. They've all rejected it.
In terms of financial accounts, we are already submitting. They are available. I think the
Not in
ADR
a public
takes it
website.
from RTI.
Not
Not
on
on
the
a
website is what
public
Prashant was
website.
saying.
They have not been made
Whether in
available
a
to the
public website or
people.
no, they are available with the
And
ADR.
out, even those that you have submitted to the election commission, 80% are blank, just cash received from Nowhere. 80% of your more than 1,000 crores is cash received from nowhere. We don't know who has paid it, whether it is all corrupt money or black money or smugglers' money or what is it.